Let me tell you something: life doesn't change because you wish it to. Life changes when you work for it. When you get up every single morning with that fire inside your chest. When you stop waiting for perfect conditions and start moving with what you have right now. You see, success doesn't come knocking politely at your door. It comes when you build habits that invite it in. Real change starts in the small, quiet corners of your day, in the things you do when no one's watching, in the discipline you keep when motivation fades, and in the choices you make when excuses feel easier than effort. Most people want to live a better life, but few are willing to change the habits that keep them where they are. You can't talk about growth and still cling to the same patterns that hold you back. You can't dream of success while entertaining distractions that drain your energy and your purpose. Every great transformation begins with a decision to say, enough. I'm done living below my potential. That's where life begins to shift. That's where average turns into excellence. The truth is, you don't rise to the level of your dreams, you fall to the level of your habits. Your habits are the blueprint of your future. The way you talk to yourself, the way you manage your time, the way you handle pressure, all of it adds up. Those little things you repeat daily, they shape your destiny quietly, powerfully, and permanently. You can't build a strong house on a weak foundation, and you can't build a great life on lazy routines. So you've got to take a hard look at yourself and ask, what am I doing every day that's moving me forward? What am I doing that's holding me back? Because life doesn't wait for you to figure it out. The clock's ticking. Every moment wasted is a step further from the person you're meant to become. Change doesn't demand perfection, it demands consistency. It demands commitment. Start with one small habit. Wake up earlier, read instead of scrolling, speak gratitude instead of complaining, protect your peace, honor your word. Because once you start stacking these habits, something incredible happens. Your mindset shifts, your confidence builds, and your results begin to speak louder than your fears. And before you know it, those small changes you made become the defining moments of your transformation. That's how ordinary turns into extraordinary. That's how your life begins to change, one powerful habit at a time. Small daily habits create massive long-term transformation because success is not built in a single moment. It's built in the repetition of what you do every day. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who don't isn't talent or luck, it's consistency in the small things that compound over time. Every morning you choose discipline over comfort. Every moment you decide to stay focused instead of distracted. You're laying another brick in the foundation of your future. Those small choices, the ones that seem insignificant in the moment, are quietly shaping who you're becoming. You can't see the growth right away, but it's happening beneath the surface, just like roots strengthening before the tree ever breaks the ground. When you commit to those daily actions, reading, learning, working out, practicing gratitude, you're programming your mind for excellence. Each repetition sends a message to yourself that you're serious about becoming better. The real power isn't in the grand gestures. It's in the habits you repeat without applause. Over time, those small actions begin to shift your mindset, strengthen your character, and elevate your standards. And while others chase quick results, you're building something lasting, something unshakable. Because transformation isn't a one-time event. It's the outcome of consistent effort, intentional focus, and patience that refuses to quit when progress feels slow. Consistency matters more than motivation because motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the weather, but consistency builds strength that doesn't fade. You can't depend on feeling inspired every day to take action because the truth is, there will be days when you don't feel like doing anything. That's where consistency steps in. It's the quiet force that keeps you moving when emotions try to hold you back. Successful people don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems, routines, and habits that keep them aligned with their goals even when their mood changes. Every day you show up, even when you don't feel like it. You're training your mind to follow through. That's how discipline is built. Consistency is about showing up regardless of circumstances, regardless of how tired or discouraged you feel. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about refusing to quit when progress feels invisible. Over time, that steady effort becomes unstoppable momentum. When you choose consistency over motivation, you stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating progress through repetition. The gym sessions you didn't skip, the early mornings you pushed through, the goals you stayed committed to when no one was watching, those are the things that build resilience. Because it's not about how inspired you are one day, it's about how committed you remain every day, especially when the excitement fades and only your discipline keeps you going. Your habits reflect your standards, not your intentions, because what you consistently do reveals what you truly accept for yourself. You can talk about wanting success, discipline, or growth, but your daily actions show the level you're actually operating on. High standards demand high habits. If your habits are lazy, distracted, or inconsistent, that's the reality of your standards, not what you claim you want, but what you're willing to settle for. The truth is, intentions sound good, but habits speak louder. You can't rise above the level of the routines you practice every single day. When you raise your standards, your habits follow. You start saying no to what wastes your time and yes to what moves you forward. You stop entertaining excuses because you understand that discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Every successful person lives by habits that reflect their values. They do what's necessary, not what's easy. They show up even when it's uncomfortable because their standards don't allow them to give less than their best. Your habits are a mirror of your identity. If you want to change your life, you first have to change the level of what you expect from yourself. That means demanding more from your effort, your focus, and your time. Because in the end, your results won't match your dreams. They'll match the habits you've built around them. Discipline in private builds success in public, because the work no one sees is what truly separates the average from the exceptional. The hours spent practicing when no one's clapping, the sacrifices made when others are relaxing, the focus you maintain when distractions call your name, that's where real growth happens. People often admire the results, but overlook the grind behind them. They see the finished product, but not the sleepless nights, the early mornings, or the quiet moments of doubt you had to fight through. Discipline is doing the work even when no one's watching, even when recognition is nowhere in sight. It's easy to perform when the lights are on, but greatness is built in the dark, through repetition, patience, and consistency. Every private victory, waking up early, studying longer, training harder, stacks up to create a version of yourself that can't be shaken when it's time to show up in public. Discipline means you don't need validation to keep going. Your purpose is enough to fuel your effort. The truth is, your private habits write the story that the world will eventually read. You can't fake preparation, and you can't hide inconsistency. When the moment comes to perform, whatever you've built in silence will speak for you. The discipline you build behind closed doors becomes the strength that carries you through every challenge, every test, and every opportunity life throws your way. Change starts the moment you take responsibility for your routine, because nothing in life shifts until you do. You can't expect growth while blaming circumstances, people, or luck for where you are. The power to transform your life lies in your daily choices, in how you use your time, how you handle your habits, and how you respond to the challenges that come your way. Responsibility is the first step toward real freedom because it puts control back in your hands. Once you stop making excuses, you start seeing progress. Every successful person understands that their routine shapes their reality. The structure of your day reflects the direction of your life. If your routine is built on distraction, procrastination, and inconsistency, your results will mirror that chaos. But when you start taking ownership, setting goals, managing time, keeping promises to yourself, your world begins to change. Taking responsibility isn't glamorous. It's about holding yourself accountable when it would be easier to quit or blame someone else. Your routine is your discipline in action. The way you start your mornings, the habits you repeat, and the focus you maintain all add up to define your identity. Once you realize that you have the power to change your pattern, you unlock the ability to change your future. Because transformation isn't something that happens to you, it's something that happens through you when you take full responsibility for every choice you make each day.